Keith Haring was an American artist who was inspired by graffiti artists in New York City. He painted art with and for kids. Haring listened to hip-hop music and his characters look like they're dancing. Haring creates movement in his artwork by using action lines. Rhythm is the repetition of visual movement, colors, shapes, or lines. The primary colors are red, yellow, and blue. When you mix them, you create the secondary colors. Alright guys, let's practice drawing Keith Haring characters. First you start with a stick figure with feet and hands. Then you outline around your stick figure and you erase away all of the pencil lines. I'm going to go ahead and draw another stick figure with a different type of movement. The arms are going in the opposite direction, one leg is up. Now I'm adding the action lines. Now we're going to move on to words. You can add your name. You can add a word. The first word I'm going to trace around with more angled letters, meaning the lines are more at an angle. Okay. The next one is going to be curved. So I'm curving around the word name instead of doing angled. Now I'm going to trace with my marker, and it's okay if they overlap a little bit. I'm going to retrace around my name 2 times with angled lines again, and then I'm going to add some geometric shapes behind it. I'm going to add some more lines around and inside. And for the curvy one, I'm going to curve lines around it, and then I'm going to do some paint drips. Yeah.
Okay guys, you have some options here. You can use the primary colors, or you can use what I'm doing, which is the multicultural colored pencils and crayons from Crayola that just came out. I start with my word first. I'm using the word unity, so since it's a 5-letter word, the middle letter goes in the center of your paper. And do the same thing that I taught you at the beginning of the video, outlining your word, choosing if you want it to be more angled or curvy lines around it. Erase the inside. Now I want my figures, my dancing figures, to be in front of my word. So I'm just going to draw right on top of my word because I know I can erase it later. We want to show movement and energy in their positions and poses. So now I just erase away what I don't need, which is parts of the letter, the word behind me. And I'm going to keep adding my people. And I want one more person, kind of low jumping. Now it's time for Sharpies. I'm going to start by outlining my word. For this next part, you're going to need to grab something round or circular if you choose. I'm using the plate to help me kind of draw a rainbow pattern behind the word unity. And I'm just going to keep tracing this curved line over and over again until I run out of room at the top of my page. Okay, time to color. We're going to use the multicultural crayons if you have them. First you want to fill in the figures, the dancing figures, with different shades. And then you want to trace with Sharpie. I'm doing this because in case I went out of my lines, which I did, I am going to fix it by just kind of covering it up with that Sharpie line. Excellent. Now I'm going to use my colored pencils to fill in the rainbow lines. Now you want to color in the direction of each line. It just makes it look nice and clean and beautiful. And once again, after coloring, you're going to trace those lines. Take your time because it is such a long line. You might need to spin your paper so that you can trace right on top of those pencil lines. Alright, now it's time to color in your word. I'm choosing the darkest colors so that it really contrasts what is happening in front, which are the multicultural colors. And then I'm going to create a curved horizon line with still like the rainbow design as well, but a little different. And now it's time for those action lines. We need to show that movement and rhythm, show our figures dancing. I also like to add like the radiant lines around their heads. You can do that or not. Now I'm going to color once again in the direction of my lines on my horizon line, and I'm just adding a little bit of a darker shadow under the letters just to kind of give it a shadow, and I'm done. It's reflection time. What did you find challenging? What would you change? And what was your favorite part of this project?